Honestly, I just wanted to give my honest thoughts on Hulk vs. Godzilla before other people do, simply because I like to think I know both characters pretty well. And my prediction on who is going to win is, without a doubt, Godzilla. Not because of stats or powers or any kind of hacks, but because of what Death Battle has done before. For some reason, they like imposing limitations onto the Hulk that are not official to the character. The first time was the anger cap they gave him in Hulk vs. Doomsday, saying that there is a limit to his strength, which has been declared at that point in time in the comics to be limitless. The second time was in Hulk vs. Broly, where they said the Hulk had to build that limitless strength up over time, which, if you know the Hulk like I do, is not true. By that logic, Hulk would never win any of the fights he has against other Marvel powerhouses, especially if he just hulks out right then and there. In actuality, Hulk is like Superman. He is only as strong as the story needs him to be. Another reason why I think Godzilla will win is because they will occasionally remove or completely ignore the context of a situation. I can think of several examples of them doing this, but the best one that I can think of was the whole Omni-Man vs. Bardock debacle from like a month ago, where they took a planet-busting feat that took 4 people and treated it as if it was done by one person. Something that they didn't even do for Superman, despite both feats being similar in concept. So, in my mind, it's likely they will mention the moment in Godzilla in Hell, for example, where Godzilla kills God, but completely ignore the important context that God himself gave Godzilla his power, which Godzilla then used against God, and loses that godly power in the process, as the Holy Spiral Ray is never used again. So it's likely they'll just take a look at Godzilla in Hell, see this moment, remove that important context, and just say it's his bog standard run-of-the-mill atomic breath that did it. And knowing them, they're going to include everything relating to Godzilla, including the stuff from the variants of the character that are objectively incompatible with the interpretation of Godzilla that'll be used in the fight. I'm sorry to say it, but there is nothing that suggests every single version of Godzilla outside of the ones we see in Singular Point is an avatar of Godzilla Ultima. Honestly, outside of the radioactive dinosaur portrayals, I would never personally consider Shin, Earth, or Ultima as part of a composite for Godzilla in terms of research, since they and what they represent is so different from each other. It'd be like compositing the characters from Big Hero 6 with their comic book counterparts. Because I'm pretty sure Baymax, the lovable medical robot stuffed in a suit of armor, and Baymax, the bodyguard robot filled with the memories of a dead father, are the same character, right? So, my prediction for Death Battle's Hulk vs. Godzilla is that they will once again give the Hulk a handicap that doesn't exist, find a way that completely ignores how literal death herself says the Hulk is immortal while Godzilla objectively is not, and have Godzilla win via a power that is not consistent with his general power scaling, say something dumb like Hulk has no experience fighting opponents of this size, which isn't true, and use info from other versions of Godzilla that are ultimately and fundamentally incongruent with how Godzilla is usually portrayed, just so they can say they have another fight the Hulk loses. God, I hope this all ages terribly.